So in the first few years of my business, I made just a few £1,000s a year. My own dad, who massively supported me, said, I think it's time to get a proper job, Rob. That's what really hit me hard. And my dream to make 6 figures as a personal trainer was pretty much blown out of the water. But in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get to that 6-figure mark, and it's much easier than you think. Now, I know that feeling of doubt when you're not sure if your personal training business is going to take off and actually make you a living. And that is incredibly tough. But I did one thing which massively boosted my personal training business, and that was hire a coach. That business coach set me on track to make 6 figures within 6 months of starting with her. And I'm going to show you the exact formula she gave to me to get you on the right track straight away. So the biggest problem really for me is I was just coasting on the dream. I knew I wanted to be a personal trainer. I knew I wanted to earn 6 figures. But I never actually linked the two and worked out actually how am I going to get a 6-figure salary by having my personal training business. And that's when I needed to stop thinking like a trainer and start thinking more like a CEO of my business. And my business coach didn't judge me for having that goal of making 6 figures. She could understand why I really wanted to do that. But she gave me the tools I needed. And the 2 things to focus on was maths and clarity. With those 2 things, I was able to push my business forward within 6 months. So first of all, we define what my ideal life would be to start off with. And one is time. I wanted time for life. So I wanted to guarantee myself 4 weeks holiday a year when I first started. Now I have a hell of a lot more than that. But to start off with, 4 weeks holiday a year was going to be absolutely fantastic. So taking 4 weeks holiday gave me 48 working weeks within the year. Step 2, I wanted balance in my life. I didn't want to be working super crazy hours every single week and get burnt out in a matter of years. So I said my peak limit would be 30 sessions a week. That gives me ample time to work with my clients, but also do all the paperwork on the side of that to basically add up to a standard 40-hour week. So doing the basic maths, that basically equates to 1,440 sessions per year that I needed to do. That's the time I had space for within my 48 weeks. The easy maths, divide that by 100,000, and that's going to give me exactly my hourly rate that I'm going to need to charge to hit that goal. So that simple maths equates to £69.44. So let's just call it £70. I need to charge £70 an hour and hit my 30 hours a week for 48 weeks to ensure I was then a 6-figure personal trainer. So I knew I was good enough to earn 6 figures. And when I saw that number, I realised I was massively underselling myself. That very basic formula stripped away all the nonsense I was thinking about and gave me a very clear goal of what I needed to charge and exactly how many sessions I needed to get booked in every single week. Now I'm just a normal person, but I was acting like a normal person. But what I needed to do was act like the CEO of a business and really crunch down to the numbers. So once we sorted the numbers out, the second thing to really focus on to make sure I could charge that premium price was my professionalism. Now I came from a point where I was charging between £30 and £35 an hour. So to suddenly boost up to £70 an hour, I needed to make big changes, or I certainly needed to appear like I'd made big changes. My coaching was good, but everything else around it wasn't. So first of all, I increased my prices. And yes, I did lose clients, but the clients came with me on the journey, got such a better experience from then on in. And this is what you need to do to start that journey. We want to go for a premium product now. So first of all, have a look at your branding. How are you putting yourself out there? You need to make sure that everything is nice, neat and tidy, and across the board it's all really nice and cohesive. So we don't want a certain logo over here and a different logo over there. The brand needs to be clean, concise, and make sure it tells the people exactly what you're offering. Number 2 is contracts. Putting my terms and conditions in place was one of the biggest movers in earning 6 figures. And if you've missed the video 6 about how to set up your contracts, go back and I'll put a link in the description and a little link up here. And 3, Putting systems in place to make you look even more professional every step of the client journey. Every single form, everything you need them to fill in, all the information about them, put online, make sure they can log in online and fill out everything so it's super slick and super professional. This started making my product feel exclusive and very different to all the other personal trainers in my area. So hitting that 6 figures silenced the doubt within me that I could actually be a personal trainer and earn a decent living from it. But I really need to think about my return on investment of the money I spent with my business coach. She's the one that actually transformed my business, and I've made that money back tenfold, hundredfold, even more in the future. She made me look at things in a very, very different way, and that's how I need you to look at your businesses, because you'll be able to change your PT business into something incredibly special. You just need to look at it through a different lens. Look at it as a CEO. So if you're a personal trainer that's struggling with your sessions and struggling with your income, have a really, really deep look into your business. Stop wishing, start planning and doing the maths to make sure that you can hit the target that you want to hit. Raise your standards and use this very, very simple blueprint to get the ball rolling. If you want loads more information about how to start increasing your revenue through your personal training business, like and subscribe to my channel, because there's so many little bits of information that's going to really help you elevate your personal training business to the next level. My advice will help you scale your personal training business and finally charge what you're worth.